I've been worried about this ever since I got the letter.
Mary Gresham says she hasn't received a good night's sleep in a couple of months, ever since she received a water bill from the city of Columbia for more than $3,500.
I don't know, I was just out of it because I couldn't believe that they sent me a water bill for $3,500.
Gresham says in mid-February, she noticed that her water pressure was low and saw water gushing from the water line down her street. She claims it began after the state's Department of Transportation mowed the lawn, so she filed a claim with the department, but it was denied. According to the claims office, someone notified the city about the leak a day before the employees cut the grass at that same location. So Gresham says she contacted the city of Columbia to try to get answers.
When I talked to the person down to the water place, they said they will go over it and review it. The next thing I heard was they sent me a pink letter saying that they had reviewed it from $3,500 to $17,000.
News 19 reached out to the Department of Utilities and Engineering, and in an email, the department said, quote, "We understand she believes a third party to be responsible, and she may be filing a claim with that third party." The email went on to read, saying, "We take very seriously the need to be fair and equitable to all of our ratepayers." But Gresham says she just wants answers to her high water bill.
Nobody wants to be blamed for it. DOT don't want to be blamed for it. The city don't want to be blamed for it. But it's somebody's fault. But nobody wants to claim it. They all want to put it on me. And I know good and well I don't use that much water. Not with one person. And I think it's unfair for them to try to run that much on me.
Mary Gresham told me the South Carolina Department of Transportation was cutting this grassy area behind me. That is when she noticed the water pressure in her house being low and even saw water gushing from the water line. Fast forward a couple weeks, she received a bill for $3,500. So I decided to look more into the situation.
I was just out of it because I couldn't believe that they sent me a water bill for $3,500.
Fast forward 24 hours.
It's like a load had just dropped off of me, really. You know, like the pressure just went away.
And Mayor Steve Benjamin was on Mary Gresham's front porch delivering some good news.
The bill's now $59.79.
Okay. He went over and told me that everything has been wiped out, that I didn't have to have that hanging over my head.
Gresham says she's been struggling over this water bill for months after a third party cut her water line, but her issues were never resolved.
It's obvious that Ms. Gresham is not responsible for use of that water. And that's really all I think any common sense individual needs to know.
And that's when News 19 reached out to Mayor Benjamin for his help.
I don't think it should have taken that far. But let the record reflect, I found out about this less than 24 hours ago. And I think we've solved it pretty quickly,
Yes,
right?
you did.
In a matter of 24 hours, Gresham's water bill was entirely wiped out. And to say she is no longer stressed is an understatement.
You don't know how glad I am. I think I could use a big glass of cold water.
In Columbia, Kayla Bennett, News 19 WLTX. If you are driving down the Ziegler Road from the old Eastover Road, you will eventually come to a stop at this gate. The gate is unlocked, but you cannot continue driving down it because a portion of the road has been washed out from the 2015 flood. I spoke with Tom Elliott, an Eastover resident, and he says he thought the state road would be fixed by now, but it's been 2 years, so he decided it was time to speak up. He says Ziegler Road may not ever be fixed because the property owner of the dam that was breached does not want to fix it. Many residents use this road to connect from Eastover to Gadsden, but now they need to take a detour, which includes the old Isaac Road, a single-lane dirt road. What was once a 5-minute ride, it now takes residents about 10-15 minutes to get from the old Eastover Road to the Congaree Road.
Just because this is a sparsely populated area, it always has been, and these people deserve the same privileges that they do downtown. They need to get where they're going instead of they got to detour all around the world to get going. We feel like we rural people are being neglected. We won't be satisfied until we get something done to reconnect this road.
This is the other side of Ziegler Road from the Congaree Road, another metal gate that is unlocked But if you continue driving down this road, you will come to another barricade and a washed out road. Residents hope that their petition of more than 950 signatures will start a conversation to hopefully get this road fixed. Here at News 19, we want you to know how we verified our information to find out if electronic trackers are on some home trash and recycling bins. So I'm going to take you through the process, show you who we talked to and where we went. We got an email from a Richland County viewer about an electronic device on her trash can. So we reached out to the county's Director of Public Information, Beverly Harris. And finally, we talked to Art Braswell, the manager of Solid Waste and Recycling. The viewer didn't want to go on camera, but showed us this, what looks like a circuit board hidden in the nook of her trash can. So I reached out to Beverly Harris, the Richland County Director of Public Information, to see if the county is keeping track of its residents' household information. In a press release, she said the county is keeping tabs of its recycling and trash roll carts using technology commonly used in pets and bibs of runners during races. So I reached out to the county's solid waste and recycling manager. Here's what he had to say.
Occasionally carts are stolen or they're damaged and need to be replaced. Chips are put into the carts so that we can identify the carts, so we can tie the cart to a location.
Art Braswell says there were 30,000 garbage or recycling cans that were damaged or in need of repair last year. Each cart costs about $50, which equals out to $1.5 million. Braswell says the chips are to make sure the carts do not get misplaced, and it's all part of the upcoming route management system, which will be put in place later this year.
The trucks will have scanners on them, so when they come by and collect your waste or your recyclables, we'll have knowledge of that, we'll be able to track that.
If any homes are missed during trash pickup, Braswell says they will be immediately notified so the trash hauler can collect that bin. He says he hopes this will reduce the number of missed pickups in the county. With this new system, it will also be able to tell if the carts were at the end of the driveway when a hauler came by. The route management system is expected to cost almost $1 million. So where is the money coming from?
The citizens pay a $249 fee each year, solid waste fee that's attached to their tax bill each year, and that money goes into enterprise fund and is used to fund this project.
And that leads us to our question. Is Richland County tracking you and your habits?
We're not tracking what people are buying or what they're throwing away. Our goal is to make sure that improve customer service and make sure that the carts are collected when they're supposed to.
The scanners are to ensure that trash haulers are more efficient, hopefully reducing the amount of time it takes to collect your trash, which in turn will keep costs down for the residents. Kayla Bennett, News 19 WLTX.